Hey guys, it is 7:15 in the morning. We are on the road. We are heading up to the Sugarloaf area. I was originally planning on doing Mount Abram, but that one on All Trails is saying that it's 9.5 miles round trip, which is totally fine. But I also really want to do Spaulding and Sugarloaf because they're all right there in the same area. So right now what my plan is I'm going to do Sugarloaf and Spaulding, which is going to be 10.5 miles round trip. And then I was thinking of maybe going over to Mount Abram because I found another trail on All Trails on the south side, which is only 4 miles. So depending on how quickly I can do the 10.5 miles, if there's still enough sunlight in the day, I'm definitely going to try and go over to Mount Abram and just bang out those 4 miles and get all 3 peaks done today. So I will let you guys know how that goes in little bits. Okay, bye. All right, so right after you hit Sugarloaf Mountain for the access road, don't go up the access road, go up the big hill, and then you're going to find a road called Caribou Pond Road. It's going to be a dirt road. Right now, I'm only about like a minute into it. It's not bad at all. I've heard some pretty terrible things about this road on trails, but as of right this second, it's really not that bad. I will update you guys if it does get worse. If it doesn't, I'll just touch base with you at the trailhead. But it's looking like a beautiful day right now. Blue skies, 70 degrees. We are heading to do... Sorry. You do just have to take it a little bit slow down this road. But we are heading to do Sugarloaf and Spaulding. And then again, we're going to see if we can do Mount Abram. But it's supposed to be 10.5 miles. So we're going to see how quickly we can get this done. It's 9:21 right now. It says I'll be there at 9:44. So we'll see how quick we can get that. So we will see. Okay. Bye, guys. All right, we made it. So, as I was saying, it wasn't terrible by any means. Definitely not terrible. This is the car that I drive. Sorry, my door's open. So, low clearance. It was fine getting through there. Again, just go slow. All right, but we are here. It is currently 9:50. So we are going to try and get this show on the road and see how quickly we can do this to see if maybe we can get to Mount Abram today as well. All right, I'll touch base when I hit like the first mile and a half. See you guys. Okay, we're about a mile in. Just lots of rocks. Pretty steep. I feel like it's gonna be like this for a minute. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Okay, so this section is a little scrambly. Looks like it's gonna go on like that for a minute. It's fun, it's easy. It's nothing like, it's not a crazy scramble whatsoever. I think anyone in their capabilities is able to do it. like this section, this is about 1.5 miles in now. It looks like it's a scramble section. It's not a hard scramble section by any means. It's very easy, very doable. Looks like it's gonna go on like that for a minute though, so bye. We're at our first viewpoint. We're about like 1.6 miles into the trail. Pretty steep. I'm to this point, not gonna lie, definitely a little steep. All right, onwards and upwards. Bye. All right, so we just got to one of the trail signs. It said that Spaulding is 2.1 miles from here, and then Sugarloaf is 0.5 miles. I chose to go to Spaulding first, just so we can get like the bigger one out of the way, and then we'll make our way back down to Sugarloaf. So far after the steep part, it's just been a lot of forest walking, so nothing too crazy. It's been pretty easy. It's just a little warm out today. All right, I'll catch you guys in a bit. All right, we're about 0.5 miles from the top. Look like it's gonna start getting a little steep again. So, see you guys in a minute. Bye. All right, so it says we're just 500 feet from the top. So I think it's this trail behind me that we have to go up. This is kind of what the clearing that you end up going to looks like. So we came from down here. Now we're gonna go up here. All right, talk soon. Here we are, top of Spaulding. There's not really much, but still cool. So glad we made it. A little scary though, little update. Clouds are very dark. I've been hearing thunder. We do have a storm rolling in. I'm at the top of the mountain. I'm still gonna try and make it over to Sugarloaf. We'll see if maybe the storm kind of passes by then. The only option I have right now is to try and get off this mountain, but I am 5 miles away from my car, so we'll see. I'm gonna try and move fast. Luckily, it was a lot of like forest trails after this steep part right here, so hopefully I don't get stuck in the rain on this steep part. All forest trails, and then hoping it will just kind of pass for a minute. Worst case scenario, I will find shelter somewhere, but hopefully I can just deal with being a little wet for the rest of the trip. All right, bye. Rain is definitely coming down now. I'm gonna put my phone away in my backpack so it's nice and safe. I decided to not go to the lean-to. I think that's just a little bit too far. I'm still gonna try and make it to Sugarloaf. Hopefully this passes pretty soon. I'm just gonna keep kind of trekking through it. All right, see you guys. All right, we just got back to the sign where you split out from either going to Spaulding or to Sugarloaf. Now we're going up the Sugarloaf way. It says it's 0.5 miles, so not bad, but it is pretty steep. But yeah, rain did hold off. I mean, it rained a little bit, but it really wasn't anything crazy at all. Okay, I will see you guys at the very top. Bye. Okay, so we just got off from the very top of the mountain. Now we're back to where we just came out of for the trail. There were a couple of people up there. I just get a little bit embarrassed about like filming when I'm up there, but when there were people around. But other than that, it is very, very pretty up here. I didn't realize there was a helicopter pad. Kind of cool. But all right, I'll catch you guys at the bottom. Bye. All right, it's definitely starting to really rain now. I'm starting to run a little bit, but also be very careful. I'm probably gonna put my phone away, so I won't touch base until I hit bottom. Bye. Okay, so it's been pouring rain for a while now. I don't know if you can tell, but I am pretty wet. It's been pretty difficult getting down these scramble sections. I don't know if you can see it. But obviously with wet, slippery rocks, you do have to go a lot slower. Just make sure you hold on to your grip, because it can get a little sketchy at points. I just went through a really big one up top, and I believe this is going to be my last one, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, all right, bye. We made it. I've never been so glad to see my car. But yeah, we made it. We are back. Here we are. We survived. There were some times there where I definitely did not think I was going to survive. So I am glad I have 2 feet and I'm standing and I'm right next to my car. I'm still soaking wet though. So it's gonna be a fun drive back. Overall, that was a fun hike, for sure. It was definitely long. I think it ended up being like over 10 miles. I think we're at like 11 now. Almost 6-7 hours. Yeah, it was definitely steep in some parts, and then lots of nice forest paths, which was good. I like that. Yeah, I'll talk more about this in a second. All right, so we are heading back home now. Just want to talk a little bit more about the hike. So going up it takes about like 2 to 3 miles. I want to say it's like 2.5, 2.6 to get to this little sign, and you can break off on that sign. You can either go up to Sugarloaf, which is half a mile, or you could go up to Spaulding, which is 2.1 miles from there. And I went over to Spaulding first because I wanted to knock out like the bigger of the two out of the way, so Sugarloaf didn't feel so it felt like once I was getting down Sugarloaf, it's like, okay, now I can go home. Spaulding it's funny. There's like not really a peak. There's no viewpoint. It is just a sign. I personally wouldn't recommend doing Spaulding if you are into hiking or anything like that, unless you're doing it as part of like the Maine 14 4Ks, which is what I'm doing right now, or if you're doing it part of like the Appalachian Trail or anything like that. But if you're trying to find like a cool hike, I would not recommend that one. Sugarloaf, on the other hand, Sugarloaf is very pretty at the top. You can see all of Carrabassett Valley. It was interesting because there were 3 broadband towers. There was a ski lift. I'm pretty sure it was Skyline that was up there. And then there's some vehicles because there's people usually up there working on the lifts or doing something on the towers. And then there was a helicopter pad, which I didn't realize was up there, which was kind of cool to see. But it's not the most... it's really pretty, like, for how far you can see, but I guess I just wasn't expecting so much infrastructure up there. So I mean, the hike overall, like, it was good to do, and I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I can check those ones off the boxes, but I personally don't think that this is one that I would do again. And to talk about the weather, it definitely did start downpouring. I heard the thunder when I was going up to the top of Spaulding. And I was like, oh no. And I checked the weather so many times before I went up there today. I think it was just one of those like freak storms that came in. Dark clouds immediately started rolling in. Some sprinkles happened. It wasn't too crazy. And then as I'm starting my descent down off of Sugarloaf, it's just started downpouring. I mean, rain was coming in sideways. I could hear thunder all the way off in the distance. I wasn't scared enough where I was like, okay, I should take shelter. I just was a little bit more careful with my footing because it did get very, very, very steep heading down. The beginning of the trail, like heading up, it's a lot of scrambling. It was very steep, so going down that in inclement weather was not the funnest. It was definitely a little sketchy at points, but again, I just went very, very slow. I made sure I was on all fours, and I just took it very carefully. And so if you guys ever get caught in bad weather, obviously use your best decision-making skills. If it gets really bad and you feel like you do need to take shelter, please do that. But in all honesty, if it's just rain and it's really nothing else other than that, just be extremely careful and you will be okay. It's nothing to be like extremely worried about or panic in the moment.